Okay, so it's Saturday morning, the morning for the workshop, and this is actually where we stayed last night. And sometimes you find these places, they're just parking spaces, and in the Netherlands they're called camper parking spots. And they even had internet, not that fast, but it was okay. But in the Netherlands we can still use our 4G, of course, of the mobile phones. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna meet Nadine at the location. Annewiek is already making the RV ready for today. And then it's time for the workshop in the Donge Centrale. Okay, we arrived at the location and we're gonna get a small tour now to see where we can shoot and if there are interesting locations, but I'm sure there will be. Great location. It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be awesome. Just a shame we didn't bring any smoke machines because there is no power anymore. Otherwise, that will be absolutely awesome. Anybody need power? Inside the control room. This is going to be an awesome shot. If we have the right clothing and styling for this, but knowing Nadine, she will have something that will fit here. Just got a small tour, and I think there are some pretty interesting locations. This is the outside, which I also love, with the clock over there and a little tunnel between the two buildings and all the grass. It looks pretty interesting, and I think outside we also have some great opportunities. I just hope that the weather stays dry. Now the thing about my workshop locations is always that I try to go in totally unprepared, so the students can actually see what I think when I go through a location. What are the interesting stuffs, what are the interesting angles, what kind of gear do we use. So it's very important that they see that creative process. So this was actually the first time I saw the location and I'm totally impressed. So join us for today's episode, behind the closed doors, in the Donge Centrale, Geertruidenberg. Excellent. And here we have Nadine, of course. Oh, Nadine, love those shoes. Look at that. That's amazing. Hello, good morning, Nadine.
Hi.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, do you?
Yes, if I see this. Oh my god, I'm incredibly enthusiastic now. It's gonna be awesome. Great. So we also have one of the students actually with a drone. So that's gonna be awesome. A flying saw. Yep, I have a Unique. It's a little bit easier to set up, but I think this is more fun. First setup, we have a blue gel on the back. We have Nadine over there, and we actually have one accent lighting over here. Of course, it's a Ranger, Alengrom Ranger, and we have one softbox on the model. So we're actually using 3 strobes to get to the end effect. Really nice. And amazing styling by Nadine, of course. Annewiek getting an explanation about how to film.
Vervolgens ga je met pen en tiltsnelheid bepalen. Dus als ik nu pen, ik zet hem helemaal vol, dan gaat hij heel snel. Ja. Ga ik deze.
Okay, here we have a shot inside here in a control room where we use two Ellingham quadras, one on the floor here and one over there. We have a blue gel here and a maxi light over there and Nadine over there, and you shoot this with a really extreme wide angle and you get a great shot. Wild assistant putting on maxi light. Okay, final setup for today. Outside Nadine, 2 strobes, 2 maxi lights and 2 ranges from Ellingham, of course. So great styling again. Awesome shoes. Okay, the group hard at work at the final setup. And after we're done with the strobes, we actually also have the drone for one more final video. And of course we also have to shoot the color checkers to get proper white balance and of course profiling. I think I'm promoted to filming for the drone, so let's see what we can do. Very intimidating. My unique works a little bit differently, but there we go. The drone will be in the air and then I have to film. So guys, I have to turn this off because I don't want to mess up his shots. Okay, Annewiek, quick in-between stop for some food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very hungry. So let's grab some food at, well, AC restaurant Autogrill. So let's see what they have. So we just ate and, well, it's a shame, but also the RV had to eat. It was very thirsty, so we had to make a stop for that too. So now on our way home to unpack everything in our studio, and then let's hope we still have a little bit of the night left. Always feel at home when we see these windmills, because now a bridge will follow and then we're actually in our area called the Noordoostpolder. So we're almost home. Okay, a lot of the stuff is already back here and we did use quite a lot. We didn't use the beauty dish, but you know, you never know what you're gonna use. The RV is almost empty, just some stands and a tether table, and then we're done and we can go home. Okay guys, let's quickly look at some of the results. This was actually from the first set. Here we added the blue strobe in the back. Absolutely love this one. This was the idea of actually one of the students, and this actually says do not turn on, it's being worked on. So that was funny. It's probably for one of the machines, of course, so don't turn it on because you will get an electric shock. But in the case of the model, it's just funny. Love this shot, very dynamic. And as you can see, I'm experimenting with different looks during a workshop, because I want to show students that you can shoot a scene in many different ways. Not only posing wise, but also position wise, lens choice. There's so many options. In the end, we used 3 strobes for this setup. I really love the lower angles. Okay, this was in the control room, absolutely my favorite set. The styling was insane here, and Nadine is an incredibly good poser. One of the things that I also try to learn during workshops is to challenge students to use their lighting in a different way. What you see is actually all the light from the backlight. It's coming through the model, creating some lens flare and actually lighting up the whole scene, and we just used the blue gel to just simply fill it in a little bit. And here we turn the blue gel just a little bit higher. Make it more weird. Really weird angles. And amazing stuff from Nadine, of course. Great shots. And this was the final set outside. I didn't want to go day to night, just somewhere in between. And of course you end up with a little bit more day to night, but that's because the students absolutely love that look. And again, great styling. Okay, so that's it for today. And as you can see, one of the things that I love about workshops, I strongly believe that a workshop is a workshop and it's not a shooting gallery. It's not something where you hire a model and you go with a group of guys and just shoot the model with your cameras, of course. It's some place where you should learn stuff. And I always think one of the cool things about my workshops is that all the students also participate in the workshop. So all the ideas they have I try to incorporate, and I really try to teach them something about the light use and not simply give them some light setups they can copy. In fact, all the light setups are different all the time. Now these shots are straight out of the camera. We didn't do any Photoshop on them yet because we're just home and incredibly tired, of course, after such a day and a long drive. But you see that you don't need a lot of work in Photoshop if you just make that lighting correct. Lighting, or in other words, light is the language of photography. So if you do a workshop, make sure that you learn about lighting and not just shoot a model with some cool light setups. So that's it for today. We'll see you the next time in Behind the Closed Doors. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you want to visit one of the workshops, for example, the Ultimate Weekend coming up, follow the link you see after I say, have a nice weekend.